Hello, my name is Maria Khomyak, and we, with my colleagues, are from Lesia Ukrainka Volyn National University. Let us introduce you our research on expert assessment of educational content in IT specialist training process. Currently, one of the pertinent areas of information technology application is in the field of education. The desire to enhance learning process and their increasing dependence on various information resources generates the need for the development and implementation of innovative teaching methods and tools, particularly electronic learning systems. A fundamental component of modern electronic learning system is educational content, which requires active updating and adaptation to constantly evolving needs. The assessment of educational content is a procedure typically carried out by experts in the field of education. In higher education institutions, these experts usually include faculty members, curriculum development groups, and pedagogical teams of faculty-level scientific and methodological commissions. They also include scientific and technical council of institutes and universities, academic councils of faculties, institutes, and universities in expert environment where the evaluation of educational content is collegial, discussed, and conducted. There is a need to analyze the possibilities of expert assessment of educational content and to develop a recommendation system for assessing educational content. This recommendation system implements the appropriate assessment methodology and a sequence of steps to be taken professionally, promptly, and competently. The purpose of the research is to analyze expert assessment of educational content, develop and test models, methods, and components of information technology for building a recommendation system for assessing educational content. At Lesia Ukrainka Volyn National University, IT specialists are trained under the Computer Science and Information Technologies educational program. The bachelor's degree curriculum includes 6 educational components in general training cycle, 30 educational components in the professional training cycle, and 12 ones in the elective cycle. The professional training cycle of educational seekers was analyzed for the necessary types of educational content. For the proper preparation of IT specialists within the computer science and information technologies educational program at the bachelor's degree level, the following types of educational content were identified. And you can see all of them to the right. They are noted by K1 till K10. According to the curriculum of computer science specialty, a different number of units of educational content needs to be evaluated for each educational component. This takes into account the specific of educational components and numbers of hours allocated for study. And you can see it in this table. The mechanism of recommending educational publications for printing and use in the educational process involves consideration at the department level during the meeting of the faculty, scientific and methodological commission. It also involves consideration at the meeting of the University Scientific and Methodological Council. The University Scientific and Methodological Council reviews and recommends or reject material submitted by outsource to the educational department for printing. The process of recommending educational publications have to undergo evaluation by 3 expert committees with the number of individuals specified in the given table. In total, over the entire study period, FE evaluations are required and the following formula is used. Tables provide the quantitative characteristics of expert evaluation of educational content for IT specialist training for each year, and figures illustrate the quantitative expert evaluation. And here you can see the number of expert assessments conducted for the first year, similarly for second year, third year, and fourth year. For evaluating the educational content for each the given years, the different number of expert procedures are required, and the total number for the entire training period is 46,284. Overall, it can be argued that the process of evaluating educational content is quite labor-intensive and time-consuming. In the majority of situations, the process of evaluating electronic educational resources and educational content are usually carried out improperly or not conducted at all. The developed and proposed information technology toolkit is aimed at significantly improving, simplifying and expediting the implementation of expert evaluation process for electronic educational resources and educational content in expert educational environment. The goal is to develop a recommendation system for evaluating educational content. Here the figure shows the functional requirements of information technology components used in building the recommendation system prototype as UML use case diagram, highlighting the main actors in the process of working with the recommendation system. For experts, it's possible to create a user profile based on which initial recommendations are provided. This profile forms a request for selecting resources and educational content, taking into account the type and rating for each criterion and receiving a list of recommended alternatives. Additionally, the expert can modify the parameters of their profile, thus managing their account. The administrator is responsible for configuring the prototype of the recommendation system, managing users, and receiving analytical data on user interaction with the system. The set of use cases includes account management, management of selection criteria, management of electronic learning resources and educational content, generation of analytics of selection of electronic learning resources and educational content. The sphere of application of the recommendation system is, of course, educational process. The prototype of the recommendation system is developed based on three-tier architecture, and you can see it on the figure. This allowed for dividing the system into interconnected parts, distributing them functions among them, and separating the user interface from the data. The three-tier architecture includes presentation layer, application layer, and data management layers, and each of them includes all its items. The subsystem for determining the type of electronic educational resources and educational content allows the user to specify the type and select criteria that educational resources should meet. The subsystem includes a model of scene type assignment results, a database of types of educational resources, and database of educational content criteria. The system provides data visualization by creating a radar chart for each resource, where each segment represents the value of criterion based on its importance. This allows user to assess which specific aspects each recommended resource corresponds to and make a more informed choice. The functional purpose of the recommendation system in the context of evaluating educational content is to ensure objective assessment of developed methodological materials. This system facilitates convenient and efficient interaction between experts who have their own views on content evaluation, and the look kit that helps objectively consider multi-phase criteria. By utilizing the evaluation scores based on established criteria and activating computations, the prototype recommendation system assists experts in conducting responsible and well-founded assessment of educational content. The recommendation system contains a database where many resources and associated information are stored, facilitating efficient selection and quick access to recommended ranking. Visualization of the results through radar chart promotes understanding and comparison of content considering its characteristics. Thank you for your attention.